Welcome to this 1000 subscriber special devlog. Thanks to everyone who subscribed to my channel. This is what you all look like in game as represented by Bob and his many cousins. It took me over a year to reach this milestone. In hindsight, I could have done it a lot sooner had I uploaded more frequently and shared GIFs on other social media platforms. Twitter has been the most successful platform for me so far, mostly due to several very popular tweets, which is kind of ironic because I didn't think it's worth creating an account and only did it because someone tweeted about my retro graphics asset pack, which resulted in a spike of views on it. This increase in traffic made me change my mind. 80 Level, probably inspired by my most successful tweet yet, made a short article about my devlog series on their website. They even uploaded the clip on Instagram, which gained a lot of traction. So now I'm wondering if I should also make an Instagram account. And a TikTok account? How many accounts should you have? Every so often, a Reddit post pops up asking if it's worth making devlogs to promote their game, and usually the answer is no, and that you're better off posting GIFs with links to a store page. I sort of agree with this. Most of my subscribers and followers are either game devs or artists who might not be interested in buying and playing my game and are just looking for inspiration or entertainment or whatever. But some of them are interested, and these people are more likely to leave a review on release day if the game is any good, because they know how important these early reviews are. Making devlogs might also be a good idea if you're still working on gameplay systems and don't have a lot of GIF-worthy content yet. I think it's better to have a small audience of like-minded people than none at all. But promotion isn't the main reason why I make these devlog series. I do it because I like doing it, and it's a great way to improve my editing skills, which will come in handy when it's time to make a trailer for the game. I also compose music for my devlogs for the same reasons. I spent the past month modeling and texturing several vehicles. My plan was to add cars that introduced unique challenges that would prepare me for any surprises in the future. The station wagon, for example, has a luggage rack on the roof that casts baked shadows and is a bit more complex piece of geometry that needs to work well with the damage system. The pickup has a clipping wheel issue when the suspension is fully compressed. The SUV has above average wheel size, which makes it easy to just drive over other cars. That's something I still need to fix. You might have noticed that these are not the most exciting cars, but there is a reason why I added these instead of some badass V8 muscle cars. Adding new vehicles improves both my modeling and texturing skills, which is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's great, my models look better than ever, but on the other hand, I can't use this car in my game anymore because it looks significantly worse than the rest, which is ironic because in one of my previous devlogs I said this. Have a look at the retextured final version. Even back then I had a feeling this might not be the final version, hence the asterisk. So for now I'm focusing on the less important cars to master my skills. Or at least that was the plan until I woke up one day and thought, screw it, and modeled this bad boy. I'm really satisfied with the way it turned out. I wasn't happy with the way Windows looked when damaged, so I played a bunch of PS1 games for inspiration. Colin McRae Rally has a really impressive damage system for its time. I did that for about an hour and started working on a new shattered glass material in Substance Designer. I ended up making two different versions and asked people on my Discord server which one they preferred, and was surprised by the results. Most of them liked the one I had spent the least amount of time. Then I asked for feedback on the PS1 graphics Discord, and the results were the exact opposite. At this point, I thought I could use either one of these, or even both. In the end, the most logical solution, to my mind, was to scrap both designs and come up with a completely new version. This is what it looks like now. And yeah, I know the front windscreen doesn't fracture this way in real life, but I like the way it looks. Glass didn't fracture properly in the 90s, and it won't fracture properly now. It's not a big deal, no one will even notice it. It's one of those things that is just different in games. Pixelated textures are great. They look nice and sharp and make me feel nostalgic. There's only one scenario where I dislike it, and that's when used as an opacity mask for rounded shapes, which is why I switched to a high resolution mask for the wheel arches. They're still pixelated, but the pixels are so small that it doesn't bother me. Inspired by movies such as Gone in 60 Seconds and Lethal Weapon, I added normal maps for reflections. I think it was necessary to do this because it just looks weird when reflections are unaffected by dents. The alternative was to get rid of these reflections completely, but then the vehicles look flat. So now that I've reached the magic 1000 subscriber mark, I think the next milestone is going to be 5k, which shouldn't take too long. I've been gaining subscribers a lot quicker lately. In fact, let me just refresh this. I bet I'm a lot closer already. I'd like to give a quick shout out to my friend Aaron. He's working on a Silent Hill inspired game and has a Devlog series. Check out his channel if this sounds and looks interesting to you. Glass didn't fracture properly in the 90s and it won't fracture properly now. Glass didn't fracture properly in the 90s and it won't start.